Welcome to Escrow Out Loud, the SF Real Estate podcast from Jackson Fuller Real Estate. Experts on San Francisco real estate since 2002. Podcast notes with links available at jacksonfuller.com/podcast.
Hi, I'm Matt Fuller. Today is Friday, April 17th. We've had about 5 weeks of shelter in place here in San Francisco, so I took the time to pull some data from the San Francisco Multiple Listing Service about how the market is performing. All of the statistics I'm about to quote are from the San Francisco MLS, unless otherwise noted, and all of the numbers we are talking about are for residential property types, which for our definition will be single-family residences, condos, tenancies in commons, co-op units, and 2 to 4 unit buildings that are in the city of county of San Francisco and listed in the San Francisco MLS, which is the primary MLS serving this area. But before we jump into the stats, a little background. The San Francisco real estate market is seasonal, although our season is slightly different from the rest of America. In San Francisco, holidays, fog, and rain drive our preferred real estate marketing windows. Calendar year starts quietly pretty typically and doesn't really pick up until around the time everyone agrees the rains are going to stop, typically in that February to March window. This first season peaks around June, and then you see new listings down dramatically in July and August, and that's actually driven by the fog on the west side of town and the north side of town. September and October typically bring us some of our best weather here in San Francisco, so it's actually our heaviest listing season of the year, season of the year. As we get closer to Thanksgiving, the market quiets down and stays quiet through the winter holidays until the rains, if they arrive, are forecast to recede for yet another year. All of which is to say this is typically a busy time of year. So I looked at 5 different measures of market activity and compared them with the same time period of March 14th through April 17th for the years 2018, 2019, and obviously this year, 2020. The first measure I looked at is the number of properties that came to market, which is measured by properties that were in active status between those dates. And in 2018-19, we averaged about 800 new listings coming to the market. This year, we've had a 70% decrease, as you might expect, which translates into 254 more homes coming to market. Obviously, sellers are withdrawing or not coming to market, as you might expect. And as we'll see in a moment, it's just not coming to market. So next, let's take a look at the number of homes that went into contract where an agreement was reached, either with or without contingencies. And in 2018, it was 237 homes during this time period. In 2019, it was down to 170. And this year, it is down to a stunning 36, which is a year-over-year decrease of 85%. In other words, very few deals are coming together. In 2018-19, about 625 home sales closed during our current lockdown period, while so far this year in the same time period, not year to date, but just this time period of COVID lockdown, we've had 318 sales close, which is about a 50% decrease. And closed sales usually reflect deals that started 2 to 4 weeks earlier in San Francisco. Next, if we look at the 2 fail sale statuses, expired and cancel, there's a huge percentage increase, but the numbers are all small to begin with. In 2018-19, we averaged only about 11 fail sale statuses during this time period. And this year it's up a whopping 200%, but that's only to 23. So most listing agreements aren't being canceled or reported as canceled. That leaves our final status, temporary withdrawn, also often called hold, or also known as temporarily off MLS or off market. In 2018-19, this time period averaged about 85 properties in this status. This year, it is up a whopping incredible 450% to 446 homes in the temp withdrawn status during the COVID-19 lockdown period. Many of these homes that are in temp withdrawn status continue to be marketed off MLS and informally through agent networks, but the temp withdrawn status of our MLS is not a publicly available status, so you won't see these properties on brokerage websites or real estate portals. How each of those portals or sites maps the status is generally up to them. Some just delete the listing, others assume withdrawn and guess that. It's a variety out there. But the opportunity is if you saw something earlier you liked in the year online, it may still be available with less competition since it is not being MLS marketed during this time frame. That's a look at the market during COVID-19 shelter in place here in San Francisco. To summarize, new listings are down 70%. Deals coming together down 85%. Deals that actually closed down 50%. Fail sales up 200%, but it's just a small 23. And the number of homes temporarily withdrawn from the MLS has rocketed 450% up to 446. Thanks for listening. I hope this podcast finds you and yours in good spirits and health. If you found this enjoyable and useful, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it with a friend or leave us a 5-star review in your favorite podcast app.
You've been listening to Escrow Out Loud, the SF Real Estate podcast from Jackson Fuller Real Estate, experts on San Francisco real estate since 2002. Podcast notes with links available at jacksonfuller.com/podcast.